Hello and welcome. Today I'll show you how to compile TDengine from the source code. Our source code is all hosted on GitHub for TDengine Community Edition, which is free open source software. So if you'd like to see the source or compile it yourself, you can go to our GitHub, which is Taos Data, and the repository is TDengine. And the first thing you want to do is clone that repository to your local system. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Git clone. tdengine.git. It's not a huge repository, so it should only take a minute to clone to your machine, depending on your internet connection speed. So we'll wait a second for that to finish. Okay, looks like it's almost done. The next thing we will want to do is confirm that all the dependencies are installed, and those are all listed in the README for the GitHub repository. If you scroll down to the building section, you'll be able to find those. First, we'll want to install the dependencies for TDengine itself, and we can do that with this command, installing gcc cmake build essential git libssl. Those are already installed in the system, so won't have to do anything here. And when you compile TDengine, it'll also compile Taos Tools by default. Taos Tools is a collection of utilities for TDengine, such as a benchmarking or testing utility. And those dependencies are separate. I'll go ahead and confirm that those are installed as well. If you don't want to compile Taos Tools, you can choose not to. After you've installed all the dependencies for TDengine and Taos Tools, you want to install Go on your system if it's not already installed. To do so, go to the Go website, go.dev, and under install, you can see the procedure for installing it. I already have Go installed on this machine, and I'll just show by running Go version that I do have Go here. You also have to install Rust. To do so, go to the Rust website, and they want you to install Rust up with this curl command. I already have Rust on here as well, so I'll just run Rust up update to show that the latest version is running here. Once you have all the dependencies, Go, and Rust installed, you can go ahead and run the build script for TDengine. So you go into the directory that you cloned it to, and just run build.sh. And it'll start building. Now this will take some time, depending on your system, but it should take several minutes. TDengine Community Edition is free and open source software licensed under the AGPL 3.0, so you're welcome to do what you like with the source code, provided that it complies with that license. Though some of the auxiliary utilities, such as Taos Adapter, are licensed under less restrictive licenses, such as MIT, and that's for compatibility and integration purposes. We welcome contributions from the open source community, and if you'd like to contribute, you can just fork the TDengine repository to your own GitHub account and send us PRs. If you have any problems with TDengine, if it won't compile, it won't build, you can always file an issue on GitHub. Or if you prefer, you can also join our Discord server. There'll be a link in the description for that, and communicate with the development team. We also have other social media such as Twitter that you can talk with us on, if that's how you'd like to. I should mention that the procedure I'm showing here is running on Ubuntu, and there's a similar procedure for CentOS or other supported Red Hat derivatives. You can also compile and build the code on Windows or Mac, but the procedure would be a bit different. So we're just waiting here for the build to finish. We're getting pretty close to the end now. Okay, so we've now compiled the source code and we'll need to install it. When you use the included build script, it'll build it to a folder called debug. So we'll go to the folder and we'll run sudo make install. And this will install TDengine to this system. Shouldn't take too long. And it's installed. To make sure it's running properly or installed properly, we'll first start the service. So sudo systemctl start taos-d. That's the TDengine server. And we'll do status on that to make sure it's running properly. It looks fine. So we'll run the CLI taos. And just as a test, we'll create a database. Create database test. And now we'll show all databases. So you can see that it has been created. Okay, so we've shown that the process for compiling TDengine from source and getting it started on an Ubuntu system here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.